Right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll shortly have the players line up. Either side of our umpires, Reuben Lewis and Nick Pepper. And I'll introduce them to you, but just in case, we've got playing for Polo, who are our guests here this afternoon from the Windsor area, or Berkshire. Playing at number one. No, she's not playing at number one. I think she's playing at number two. Playing at number one is Zach Bime, playing off 2 goals, a young local lad. Number 2 is Georgina Britton, playing off 0. And number 3 is the tall man, John Paul Clarkin, our little ray of Kiwi sunshine, playing off 6 goals. And at back, Johnny Good, playing off 4 goals. Their opponents this afternoon, we've got Smith Polo. They're playing in the blue strip. Playing at number 1 is Lisa Smith, playing off 0. At number 2, Sebastian Chialvo, playing off 3 goals. At number 3, we've got Mark Tomlinson, playing off 6 goals, the former captain of England. And at back, Christian Chavez, freshly arrived from Cheshire this morning, playing off 3 goals. Both teams, as I mentioned earlier, are 12 goals, so there will be no handicap start.
Juan, when do you want to go live? Now?
Right, a very, very warm welcome to our viewers around the world via Polo Line TV. We are live here at the Ivy Lodge ground at Cirencester Park Polo Club for the final of the St James Place Queen Mother Trophy, and we've got all the teams lining up here. We're just waiting for another member of the Play Polo team to come on. But we'll start by introducing the team that is out there. We'll start with Smith Polo. Ladies and gentlemen, please give each player a very big hand when I read them out. And playing at number 1 for Smith Polo is Lisa Smith, playing off 0 goals. At number 2, ladies and gentlemen, Sebastian Chialvo. At number 3, Christian Chavez. And at back, as I've mentioned before, the former captain of England, Mark Tomlinson, ladies and gentlemen, lost 6 goals, for a total of 12 goals. As I mentioned there, for Play Polo, playing at number 1 today is Zach Bime, playing off 2 goals. At number 2, Georgina Britton, playing off 0. At number 3, Johnny Good, ladies and gentlemen. And at back, John Paul Clarkin, the captain of New Zealand. Our umpires are Reuben Lewis and Nick Pepper, and our third man is Casper West, the polo manager here at Cirencester Park Polo Club. And it looks like the throw-in, the first throw-in is going to be on the far side, so it's going to be Nick Pepper to throw the ball in over there. Ivy Lodge looking in fabulous condition, ladies and gentlemen. It was heartbreaking to see during the midst of the pandemic last year when coming up here, where there had been no polo played on Ivy Lodge all last year. Anyway, the ball goes in. Who's going to be first to come away with it? And it looks like it is going to be Mark Tomlinson. Mark Tomlinson says a shot down there, looking for Christian Chavez. Christian Chavez is down there now. He's being backed up. Now he unloads there and sends it down towards the goal, but Mark Tomlinson is coming there, takes it on the near side, under the neck, doesn't quite get the shot he wants, but there's poor John Paul Clarkin from play Polo to bring the ball out towards the stand side board. He now reverses the play and goes back into the centre. Still John Paul Clarkin. 6 goals. Formerly 8, but John Paul Clarkin bringing it down the stand side boards now. Still John Paul Clarkin looking up there for Georgina Britton. She can't get hold of it. There's Jack Fine coming onto it now. He doesn't quite get the shot he wanted. And it's going to be Mark Tomlinson from Polo. Feints for the backhand and then stops it. And now does send it down there. Doesn't quite get the distance he wanted. And it's picked up there by the number 4, John Paul Clarkin. He gets more height and distance on that. Manages to connect with the volley. And now it's going to be Georgina Britton. Can she get hold of it there? But coming in there was, I should say, Sebastian Chialvo, but the whistle goes. Let's see what the umpires decide. It looks like it's going to be a penalty in favour of play Polo. And I think they put it on the and it's going to be a penalty 2 from the 30-yard mark into an undefended goal. Being teed up there by Johnny Good for John Paul Clarkin to take the penalty shot. Umpire Nick Pepper calls play. Comes in. Takes the shot, keeps it low and puts it straight through the middle. So that's the first goal on the board there for play Polo. And the first goal in this final of the James Place Queen Mother Trophy. The players will return to the centre on the far side, and for those of you who are new to Polo, ends will change. So we'll be having play Polo in the red shirts heading down towards the scoreboard end. Ball goes in. He could be first to come away with it. And it is Christian Chavez. No, Mark Tomlinson, I beg your pardon. Mark Tomlinson taking. Now Christian Chavez. He's taking it there, doesn't quite get the next shot. And John Paul Clarkin's there, clean up for play Polo. He brings it down to the centre. Looks for Jack Fine coming out here onto the stand side board. And he's being marked there by Sebastian Chialvo. Gets a horrid bounce but manages to pick it up on the volley. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Fine doesn't get the next one, but he's John Paul Clarkin was coming out there. He was hooked out of it and leaves it there for Mark Tomlinson. Mark Tomlinson taking it towards the goal. Now, normally a 6-goal player should not be missing from there, and he doesn't. So, ladies and gentlemen, Smith Polo is very quick to respond. We have 1-1 in the first chukker with 3 minutes gone as the players return to the So the players line up. It's going to be umpire Nick Pepper to throw the ball in. And immediately it is Christian Chavez gets the inside backhand. Going back over there now is Zach Fine, but Sebastian Chialvo is there. Sebastian Chialvo just taps it up against the boards, then peels the ball off the boards, but doesn't quite get hold of it. And Zach Fine is there with a lovely near side backhand, only as far as Mark Tomlinson there. Christian Chavez, I beg your pardon. And the whistle blows. Let's see what the umpires decide. It's going to be a penalty in favour of Smith Polo, just depending on where it's going to be. Looks like it's going to be from the
didn't show interest in the polo last festival.
40-yard mark, penalty 3, or is it? It's going to be a penalty 3 from the 40-yard mark. And it's going to be taken by Mark Tomlinson. In the semi-finals, he did not miss one of these penalties. Comes in. Takes the shot, keeps it low, and puts it straight through. So, for the third time in the match, Smith Polo go into the lead, 2-1, with just over 4 minutes gone of this first chukker. As the players will return to the centre, and ends will change. So umpire throws the ball in, the ball goes in, he's going to be first onto it. John Paul Clark gets a nice near side backhand, doesn't quite connect with Zach Bime, but coming away with it now is Sebastian Chialvo. He doesn't get the shot, now there's the hook comes in there, but it's going to be John Paul Clark to take the ball forward in the opposite direction in order to establish the line, but the whistle blows again. So it's going to be a spot penalty in favour of Play Polo. Penalty 5. And it's going to be John Paul Clark to take it. He taps it forwards. Looks up, there's Johnny Good up in front there. Now John Paul Clark sends the ball right down there. Going onto it now is Zach Bime and also Johnny Good. But first there is Sebastian Chialvo. Now Johnny Good takes it on the near side. Leaves it behind, but there's a bit of a whistle blow out there again, a lot of whistle blowing actually. And it's going to be a penalty. It looks like a penalty 2 in favour of Play Polo. From the 30-yard mark into an undefended goal. It's going to be taken by John Paul Clark, whilst Johnny Good goes off to change his pony. John Paul comes in. Takes the shot. Keeps it low and puts it straight through the centre of the goalpost, ladies and gentlemen. So, 2-2 in the first with 2 minutes left in this first chukker. Still very, very early days here in this match. So players reconvene on the far side. We now have Smith Polo playing down towards the scoreboard end. And it's going to be Johnny Good. Johnny Good on the fresh pony now. He leaves it for John Paul Clark, but it's Christian Chavez gets the near side backhand to get them out of trouble there. And it's going to be Johnny Good bringing it up over to the stand side board. Mark Tomlinson's there as well. He's going to go for the near side backhand and takes it straight out over the side. Umpire Rupert Lewis throws the ball down, the free hit to Play Polo. Now John Paul Clark taps it forwards. Got to get around Mark Tomlinson first, which he does with ease and sends the ball right down into the top pocket there, but going back in a hurry is Sebastian Chialvo and Johnny Good. Sebastian Chialvo gets the backhand. And John Paul Clark and a lovely near side backhand out into the centre of the field. And as Johnny Good came into that, so did Sebastian Chialvo. We'll wait until the umpires decide. So spot penalty in favour of Swiss Polo, taken very quickly there by Mark Tomlinson. He sends it out to the far side there, coming onto it now is Sebastian Chialvo. Sebastian. Still Sebastian Chialvo. Takes it past, or thought he'd take it past John Paul Clarkin, but it goes out over the side instead, so it's going to be a free hit over there for Play Polo, taken quickly there by John Paul Clarkin. Really has speeded up this new rule. And there's the first bell, so 30 seconds to go in this first chuck. It's coming through now, John Paul Clarkin. He's hooked out of it. So it's going to be Sebastian Chialvo to come in there with the backhand. To nobody in particular, but going on to it now is Johnny Good. Johnny Good for Play Polo in the red shirt. Still Johnny Good. He's running out of time, but now it's going to be John Paul Clarkin taking it. Still Clarkin. He's taken out of the play there by Mark Tomlinson, so that's going to be the end of the first chukker, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to restart the second chukker with a penalty to somebody with 2-all at the end of the first chukker. Right, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen, back again. And it is going to be a penalty in favour of Play Polo in the red shirts. It's going to be taken by John Paul Clarkin. Looks like a 40-yard penalty. Penalty 3. John Paul comes in now. Takes the shot and doesn't miss with that one either. So John Paul Clarkin puts the ball through there to take Play Polo back into the lead, 3-2, with barely seconds gone in this second chukker. Once again, to those people just joining us live on Polo Line TV, a very warm welcome to Cirencester Park Polo Club, to the famous Ivy Lodge ground. Cirencester Park Polo Club, the oldest club in the United Kingdom, established in 1894. And in the meantime, we've got a polo match to get on with. Johnny Good sends the ball up there. It comes off a pony. And now Sebastian Chialvo, he brings the ball around. Sebastian Chialvo. Zach Byam comes in there with a little near side backhand. Doesn't quite get hold of it, though. And now we've got Mark Tomlinson going back for the ball. Gets a little backhand up the field there, across on the far boards. Whoops. And
Got somebody on the deck over there, but they seem to be back up onto their haunches.
I think it shows as an image of the polo being played in Paris and in this part of around Paris, in Saint-Mem and around here with Kazakh and La Magdeleine. It can show that we are tending towards more open polo, higher goals. We're going to see maybe if the handicap can still be raised to maybe 14 or 16 goals, because I think it's positive to. In the past decades, I think the polo has always been coming down in Europe. I know in Madrid or here in Paris, it always went down from 16 to 14 and to 10. So suddenly to show a movement towards pushing the level of polo up, I think it's a very good sign, because it's not very often that the level goes up. It's a shame that most of the time it goes down. But now it's the beginning of a movement. I hope that will continue to go towards 14 or 16 goals. First of all, I think I need to congratulate Chantilly.
It looks like we're going to restart the match with just over a minute gone of this second chukker with a roll in. Umpire backs to the board, and umpire Rupert Lewis throws the ball in. Now, that is Christian Chavez. But now John Paul Clarkin sends the ball down there. Zach Byam reading that play very well. Now Zach By coming away with it. Takes the shot there, doesn't quite get the distance he wanted. Still Zach Byam checks up. Now sends the ball down there as John Paul Clarkin's running onto it. Oh, great interplay there by the Play Polo players. And now Zach Byam goes in there. Who's next onto it? It looks like it's Johnny Good. Johnny Good takes a shot towards the goal. And it's going to go wide. Picked up beautifully there by Sebastian Chialvo and brought out to the stand side boards. He bounces off the boards, but he's under pressure from Georgina Britton. And now taking it on the near side is Johnny Good. And the whistle blows. Sebastian Chialvo was about. So in the meantime, the umpires are throwing the ball down on the 60-yard mark. So there's going to be a penalty 4 in favour of, no, they're moving it up there to the 40-yard mark. So it's going to be a penalty 3 in favour of Play Polo. And it's going to be John Paul Clarkin. Appears to be fully recovered. Comes around, has a little bit of a practice swing. Comes in. Takes the shot and puts it wide. Well, I think it came off the stick of one of the defending team, one of the Smiths Polo teams. So they're going to move the ball back to the 60-yard mark. And it's going to be what we call in polo a safety 60, the equivalent of corner kick in association football. Where the attacking team gets to, whenever the ball goes out over the defending team's back line off one of their players, the attacking team is given a free 60-yard hit towards the goal from the place where it went wide, or went over the back line, I should say. Anyway, John Paul Clarkin comes in now to see if he can take this 60-yarder. Takes it, keeps it high, and indeed, ladies and gentlemen, it's very, very handsome. So, Play Polo go 4-2 into the lead. With just over 2 minutes gone of this second chukker. As the players return to the centre on the far side, ends will change. The ball goes in. Where are we now? And it's John Paul Clarkin. Zach Bime as well. Now John Paul. John Paul taps it forward. He's got to get around Sebastian Chialvo, which he does with ease. Sends it up there looking for Zach Bime, but Johnny Good is up there as well. But taken there by Christian Chavez out towards the stand side boards. Christian Chavez now stops on the ball and turns it around. Sends it back out into the middle. Leaves it there for Sebastian Chialvo. Coming back there in a hurry is John Paul Clarkin. So it's Sebastian Chialvo and John Paul Clarkin. Bounces up against the boards. He takes it on the near side, but it goes out over the board. So it's going to be a free hit to Play Polo. As umpire Rupert Lewis counts the ball down. Taken quickly there by John Paul Clarkin. Clarkin, is he going to take a shot from this far out? No, he decides to take it up there to Sebastian Chialvo. Now he decides to sweep it under his pony up into the centre. Now reverses course, leaves it behind there for Zach Bime. Zach Bime taking it on the near side. Can he get himself into a position where he can hit on the forehand? No, he can't, but the whistle blows. So it's going to be a penalty in favour of Play Polo. Currently in the lead by 4-2. And it's going to be taken by Johnny Good. No, it's not. Is he waiting for John Paul Clarkin to come up? He's going to wait for John Paul Clarkin to come back onto the field. No, it is taken there by Johnny Good, and he duly does the business and puts it straight to the centre of the post. So Play Polo go to a rather handy 5-2 lead with just over 4 minutes gone of this second chukker. As the players return to the centre on the far side, ends will change. The ball goes in. And immediately, Zach Bime gets a great little shot out towards the back there where John Paul Clark is waiting for it. John Paul Clarkin sends it further down towards the goal line, but going back there in a hurry now is Mark Tomlinson, who gets the backhand out towards the far boards. Picked up there by Christian Chavez, but he doesn't quite get hold of it. But he now does turn onto the ball, and now he gets hold of it. Leaves it there for Mark Tomlinson. Mark Tomlinson now sending it up, looking for Sebastian Chialvo, but doesn't get hold of that. Johnny Good is there with the near side backhand, and Zach Beim comes onto it, but the whistle blows. Less than 2 minutes remaining in this second chukker now. As I mentioned earlier on, it's a 4-chukker match. So there's going to be a penalty in favour of Smith Polo. Spot penalty, so it's going to be taken by Mark Tomlinson on that lovely little grey mare out there. He comes around, decides to tap it. Got Sebastian Chialvo there as his wingman. Now, Mark Tomlinson, he's got to get around Johnny Good, but he gets a great shot up to the front there. And who's going to be first onto it is going to be Christian Chavez, but no, John Paul Clarkin is there with the backhand out to the stand side boards. But Mark Tomlinson's there covering the back door for Smith Polo. Gets a bit of a nudge there from Johnny Good, who in turn gets the ball on the near side. But going back now is Mark Tomlinson. He's taken Johnny Good's taken out of the play there by Christian Chavez. Now Zach Beim. Zach Beim. He's got John Paul Clarkin there. Still Zach Beim taking it down. Can he take it all the way? Zach Beim now. A bouncing ball, and it comes off his pony just by the goal mouth there as it's about to go in and goes out over the back. So it's going to be a hit into Smith Polo. We're into the last minute of this second chukker, ladies and gentlemen. And the hit in is going to be taken by Mark Tomlinson. Mark Tomlinson sends it out there, looking for Sebastian Chialvo. Chialvo sends it forwards, and the whistle blows. And the umpire, we hear, say 5B blue, so it's going to be a penalty 5B from the centre of the field in favour of Smith Polo. Going to be taken by Mark Tomlinson, ladies and gentlemen. Comes in. Takes the shot. Big hit down the centre of the field there, but it comes off a pony, and eventually it's Johnny Good gets the backhand looking for Zach Beim, but Mark Tomlinson's back there defending for Smith Polo. And Zach Beim comes in there and gives him a bit of a nudge for his troubles, and picked up now by Christian Chavez. He leaves it for Mark Tomlinson. Mark Tomlinson still decides that there's the first bell, 30 seconds to go. Mark Tomlinson says, let's get on with this, and sends it up there to the front, but John Paul Clarkin is there to take it in the opposite direction in order to establish the line, but he's muscled out of it there by Christian Chavez and gets a shot on the near side. A great goal there by Smith Polo, right on the death there, ladies and gentlemen, to take the score to 5-3. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the day now where please, we need all your help going out there, treading in. We've got an awful lot of polo here, although we have 9 or 10 grounds here at Cirencester Park Polo Club. Ivy Lodge is the showpiece, and we'd love you to go out there, please, and tread in now.
hace 2 meses Binot me contactó y bueno, vengo jugando con Binot hace 4 años o 5 años más o menos. Y bueno, el año pasado iba a venir acá y al final no pudo venir por el COVID y este año me dijo, te voy una semana en julio y nada, vi los chicos, lo vi a Robertito en Madrid que estaba jugando muy bien y con Mario también que lo conozco y bueno, y armamos el equipo.
We played very well as a team. Ayala is a super strong team, very well mounted, and they've been playing together for a while. The 4 of us never played ever before together as a team, but I think we communicated quite well, and we each played our position. And today I think we used our horsepower in a sensible way.
And we're back here for the finals of the Polo Ryder Cup. On one side we have Shanti on blue, in white we have Polo Park Zurich. Nice up by Pierre-Henri Ngomu, coming from behind was Richard Harris. No, Tacho Solari, and now Elena Benoit to the other end. Nice approach by Elena Benoit, chased by Tete Storni, and here comes Elena Benoit. Nice approach to take the ball into the red zone, and one more tap by Elena Benoit. Coming from behind will be Tacho Solari. His position, and now Solari on the near side to link with Min Podestá. Here comes Martín Podestá, and now when Min Podestá gets the ball close to the goal, it's an attacking opportunity, and Min Podestá finding an angle, and what an under the neck hit by Min Podestá to celebrate it. And now Martín Podestá into the last seconds of this fourth checker. Here comes Elena Benoit picking up the ball, trying to link with Richard Harris, but coming from behind was Carlos Tacho Solari with a first chance to take the game into double figures for Polo Park Zurich, and Tacho Solari scoring the final bell of this final of the Polo Ryder Cup. After 5 checkers, it was Zurich who ended up claiming the win.
We are now back live with Polo Line TV, streaming around the world at this very moment. A very warm welcome to all the Polo Line viewers, wherever you may be. And so the second half the ball will be thrown in by Rupert Lewis on the stand side boards. He assembles the players. Umpire Nick Pepper's out there in the centre of the field. Okay, the ball goes in. Who's going to be first to come away with it now? It's Johnny Good on the near side. Johnny Good. And he's hooked out of it there by Christian Chavez. And now, Sebastian Calvo is there. Now John Paul Clarkin doesn't quite get the distance he wanted, but Mark Tomlinson's there. And Johnny Good is there to take it on the near side. He doesn't get the distance he wanted either. But still John Paul Clarkin, and he takes a shot towards the goal, and it's going to go through. So I believe, actually, ladies and gentlemen, that's the first field goal for Play Polo. All the previous... Let's hope we have slightly more open match in the second half than we did in the first half. Now the ball goes in, and who's going to be first to come away with it? Looks like it's Mark Tomlinson. No, it's not. It's Christian Chavez. Christian Chavez, he's hooked out of it by Johnny Good. Johnny Good, great play, and the whistle blows. Umpire Rupert. It is going to be a penalty in favour of the red-shirted Play Polo team. Let's see how the umpires have interpreted this. And it's going to be a penalty 3 from the 40-yard mark. And I'm hearing from the third man that as a result of that little altercation there at the lineup, Mark Tomlinson, the number 4 for Smith Polo, is now on a yellow card. In the meantime, John Paul Clarkin is coming in to take this penalty shot. Takes a shot. It's straight through the centre. So Play Polo going to a rather handy 7-3 lead with just over a minute gone of this third chukker. So the players return to the centre and ends will change. Ball goes in. Who's going to be first to come away with it? It's Johnny Good. Johnny Good, no, he's not. It's going to be Sebastian Calvo. Now coming around the back is Mark Tomlinson. Mark Tomlinson clearly stung by that rebuke earlier on there. Just taps it forwards. Still taps it forwards. And he gets a bit of a ride off there from Zach Byam, but it's still Mark Tomlinson trying to take it all the way. He leaves that one behind. Who's first onto it? It's going to be back to Mark Tomlinson again. And the whistle blows. So there's going to be a penalty in favour of Smith Polo. Looks like a penalty 2 into an undefended goal, 30-yard penalty. And it's going to be taken by Mark Tomlinson. He just gently strokes the ball through the centre of the post. So Smith Polo go up to 4 goals, 7 goals to 4. They trail now with just over 2 minutes gone of this third chukker. Players return to the centre and ends will change. The ball goes in. And who's going to come away with it? And it looks like it's Zach Bime on the near side. Taps it there to John Paul Clarkin, who brings it around. Still John Paul Clarkin with those huge long arms to reach across everything. And now John Paul Clarkin gets a great shot down the field there, but there's nobody at home up the front there to pick it up. Going back in a hurry there as Mark Tomlinson goes in for the backhand. No, he's going to bring the ball around. Swings the ball around. Stops now, brings the ball out towards the stand-side board. Sends it up to Sebastian Chialvo. He can't get hold of it. And it's still going to be Mark Tomlinson, but John Paul Clarkin is there with a lovely backhand to be met by Christian Chavez. Now, Mark Tomlinson taking it out into the centre. He's got to get past Johnny Good and Georgina Britton. But in the meantime, Mark Tomlinson now sending the ball up there. Lisa Smith going up there for it, but John Paul Clarkin has got it covered for the Play Polo team. Gets a beautiful near side backhand out towards the far side. But the first one there is going to be Smith Polo in the form of Mark Tomlinson. He takes it out down the far boards. Still Mark Tomlinson. And I think the ball went out over the boards. I didn't hear a whistle. So they've got 8 seconds to hit the ball. Now Mark Tomlinson comes in there, takes the shot towards the goal, but there's nobody there. Met beautifully in the opposite direction there by John Paul Clarkin. He looks up to see Zach Bime going down the field, and John Paul Clarkin is now backed up there by Johnny Good. Still John Paul Clarkin. He's got to get around Christian Chavez first. Leaves it for Johnny Good. Johnny Good there. Sending it down the boards. Now Zach Bime. Zach Bime, he doesn't get the shot. Johnny Good gets the near side shot and now leaves it there for John Paul Clarkin, who roofs the ball down the field there. He's got a bit of a horse race now with Georgina Britton out in front. Georgina Britton, and the whistle blows just as Georgina Britton scores. But I think the umpires have blown their whistle, and it's going to be a spot penalty in favour of Smith Polo, so the goal is not going to stand for Georgina Britton. She was very quick to react on that and put it through, but somewhere along the line, I don't know whether it was she or one of her colleagues, or her fellow players, I should say, incurred the wrath of the umpires. And so it's going to be umpire Nick Pepper. Place the ball down. So the Smith Polo players come back onto the field after changing ponies. Score remains 7 goals to 4 in favour of Play Polo. In this, the final of the St James Place Queen Mother Trophy. They're taken there by Mark Tomlinson now. He just taps it forwards. Now sends it out to the far side. That's the lovely thing about polo, ladies and gentlemen. Everything takes place on the far side. Anyway, in the meantime, we've got Mark Tomlinson coming there. He sends it up there for Christian Chavez. Christian Chavez now. Still Christian Chavez leaves it for Mark Tomlinson now. Mark takes the shot and he gets there, but comes off a pony, and John Paul Clarkin reacts very, very quickly, but Johnny Good just can't get past Mark Tomlinson there. Leaves it there behind now, John Paul Clarkin for Play Polo in a beautiful position there to send it right down to the front. Gets the shot down there, and there's no... Oh, but met beautifully there by Mark Tomlinson. But Johnny Good with a near side backhand, and he puts it out over the back line, just wide of the left-hand post. So, Play Polo very definitely keen to attack out there. Still leading by 7-4, and we're into the final minute of this third chukka. Mark Tomlinson brings the ball back into play. Taps it forwards. Still tapping it forwards. Looking for one of his colleagues to get free, but still Mark Tomlinson being backed up there by Sebastian Calvo. Now decides to swing it in there, but does send it faint to go there. Now Zach Beim and Sebastian Calvo, but here's Christian Chavez now. Christian Chavez gets a shot, comes off a pony. In the meantime, John Paul Clarkin is there. Takes it out over the boards. His pony out over the boards, and he's on his own there. John Paul Clarkin heading towards goal. Is this good for formerly 8-goal players? They don't usually miss those, and he didn't this time. For one terrible moment there. But a great goal there, ladies and gentlemen. And that's going to be the end of the third chukka. So we've got one more chukka, the fourth and final chukka, with Play Polo 8-4 into the lead. In the lead, I should say. 7 thrill-filled minutes of polo here at Ivy Lodge. Right, here we go again, ladies and gentlemen, the fourth and final chukka. The red-shirted players of Play Polo in the lead by 8-4, and it's going to be John Paul Clarkin for Play Polo out there in the centre. Now he looks to go for the big hit, but doesn't quite get the ball properly. And in the meantime, it's going to be Sebastian Chialvo trying to balk him there. Now, John Paul, he's got a rather acute angle to go underneath the neck shot, but it goes well wide of the right-hand posts. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, there will be a prize giving, a presentation of the St. James Place Queen Mother Trophy in front of the stands after the conclusion of the match. And in the meantime, it's Mark Thompson sending the ball down there, but there's nobody at home up the front except John Paul Clarkin for the opposition. He spins around on the ball. Now he sends it up there. And going up there as well is Johnny Good. Can he take it on the near side? He leaves it there for Georgina Britton, who takes the shot. It comes off. Yes, it did come off a pony, but goes straight through there. So a great goal there by Georgina Britton for Play Polo to take them 9 goals to not frightfully fair on all our polo line viewers around the world, but to all the people here. The bar is open, the restaurant is open here at the Ivy Lodge Clubhouse. And now, in the meantime, is Mark Tomlinson sending the ball up there. Here comes Christian Chavez. No, it's Sebastian Chialvo, I beg your pardon. He gets a big ride off there from Zach Beim. Still, Christian Chavez leaves it for Mark Tomlinson. Mark takes a shot towards the goal, and Christian Chavez is there. Can he connect with it? Yes, he can, but he puts it well wide of the left-hand posts. The cut shot that didn't cut, if that makes sense. So, umpires call play, and John Paul Clarkin brings the ball back into play for Play Polo. Gets a lovely shot down the field there. Running onto it is Zach Beim on a very, very quick pony. Zach Beim takes it further down the field there. Coming back there is Christian Chavez, but takes Zach Beim out of the play, and Christian Chavez sweeps the ball around to the far side. Now brings it around again. Zach Beim taking it on the near side, out to the boards, still on the near side. Now switches to the offside, but he's right up against the boards. He tries to peel the ball off the boards, but in the meantime, as Sebastian Chialvo does peel the ball off the boards, and now coming onto it is Christian Chavez. He sends a lovely shot up the front up there. Lisa Smith is going up there, but she's being marked by Georgina Britton. Lisa Smith can't get hold of it, and in the meantime, Zach Beim gets a lovely near side backhand out to the far side, but Mark Thompson is there. And stolen away from him by John Paul Clarkin, who brings the ball out into the centre of the field. He's taken out of the play. Now Georgina Britton can't quite get hold of it. And in the meantime, now Christian Chavez sends it out there for Mark Tomlinson to run onto, which he duly does. He sends it up there while Sebastian Chialvo is taking Johnny Good out of the equation. And now it is still Christian Chavez, but he leaves it there, and it is going to be Sebastian Chialvo gets one back there for Smith Polo. Now the match has started to open up quite a lot in this fourth and final chuck. Four minutes gone of this fourth and final chukker. It may well be score too far. The ball goes in, and immediately it's going to be Mark Tomlinson. Mark Tomlinson, he leaves it there for Christian Chavez. Chavez switches to the near side. Still Chavez, now the offside. Takes it forward, the bouncing ball. Still Christian Chavez. And Mark Tomlinson trying to sweep it around, but still Christian Chavez. He's got to get around John Paul Clarkin. Not an easy thing to do. And there goes out over the back line, so it's going to be a hit into Play Polo. So John Paul Clarkin brings the ball back into play. Looks up there. Looks to the far side where Johnny Good has made a run. But there's Sebastian Calvo out there as well. Now Calvo. He leaves it for Mark Tomlinson. Mark Tomlinson tries to bring the ball back into the centre of the field to get a better angle, and he takes a shot towards the goal and puts it wide. Just wide of the left-hand post. So it's play Polo to bring the ball back into play. John Paul Clarkin now taps it forward. He looks up, so it's Georgina Britton right up in front. And now Johnny Good is going up there as well. Now Zach Bime is there, but it's going to be Georgina Britton, fresh from her goal up there. Doesn't quite get the shot. And in the meantime, it's going to be Christian Chavez for Smith Polo. Christian Chavez spins around on the ball and heads off down the other end. Still Christian Chavez being backed up by Mark Tomlinson. He calls for the ball. Still Christian Chavez now gets a big hit down the field there. And John Paul Clarkin is going back there. They all override it. Now Lisa Smith. Lisa Smith taking it towards the goal. Still Lisa Smith. Lisa Smith. And she just puts it wide. So we're into the last 30 seconds, I believe, ladies and gentlemen, of this final of the St. James Place Queen Mother Trophy. And it's going to be John Paul Clarkin to bring the ball back into play. He does. Under the neck, out to the far side for Georgina Britton. And there's the final bell. Ladies and gentlemen, the winners for 2021 of the St. James Place Queen Mother Trophy final is Play Polo. Georgina Britton, Zach Bime, John Paul Clarkin, and Johnny Good. As I mentioned, there will be a presentation in front of the grandstand, and we're delighted that Jane Darling Parks is going to be on parade to present it. But just to let you know, we have polo here again tomorrow and every day of next week here at Cirencester Park. Tomorrow we've got the Doug Brown plate final at 11 o'clock, 11:30. There's a Doug Brown match as well. 2:30 we've got the main final of the Doug Brown Trophy, the 10-goal between Les Enfants Terribles and Dawson Group here on Ivy Lodge, followed by the subsidiary final between Semper Anticus and Cotswold Airport. So we look forward to seeing you.